What's up, XRP family? Thank you guys for joining the video for today. So really guys, you have to wake up to what is happening around the world. I just want you to take a look guys at this story of this guy, which is very true to this day, right? You can ask money from the bank. Once you ask a good amount of money, they will struggle to give it to you. What does that tell you? Now, we have been saying from the beginning guys that everything is going to be digital, right? Okay, we know that digitization, but how are they going to do that, right? They're going to use crypto guys. The compliant cryptocurrencies are going to be used. There's so much evidence. Even the people are saying it now. There's a lot of people from the BIS, Swift, all these people are saying it. You can see the papers. It's evidence. It's not speculation anymore. Take a look at this video guys and you will understand more.
So I called my bank, and when I called them, I asked for $250,000. Now for me, $250,000 is not much money. As you guys could understand, $250,000 is not much money. When I called the bank and said, hey, I'd like to pick up $250,000 because I need it for my podcast, I want to show a little bit of money. They said to me, well, we're probably gonna need for anything over $20,000 to make an order, which will take about 3.5 to 4 weeks to arrive. Then we're gonna need an armed guard that's gonna meet you, walk you to your car, and make sure that you drive away with the money. So then I said, look, I need just $250,000 and it's not that much money. And the bank pretty much told me, Ben, it might not be a lot of money for you, but it's a lot of money. So I told him, look, if you get me $250,000 in 4 weeks, it's fine, I'll wait. It took about 5 weeks, and that's why we delayed this podcast, for me to receive $160,000. That's all they were able to scrap. That's a bunch of bullshit. That means that I have money in the bank that doesn't exist. And then I come to find out that only 3 to 5% of the money in the economy is physical money. The rest of it was digital money in all the centralized banks. So going decentralized and into crypto and Bitcoin, that's something that brings the power back to the people, because as we know, in 1929 there was the Great Depression, and it looks like if they keep printing out money and the banks don't have money, anyone who does have money in the bank might just end up not being able to get his money.
Now this is happening all around the world guys. People are struggling to take out money from the banks because they don't have it. Wake up. They are using your money to invest in other things, in assets. They're printing so much money guys, hence we have inflation. It is not because of what they're saying it is. It's all that. They're just printing too much money. They're putting it in all the assets, so they buy up all the assets, and at one point no one can buy any more assets. If you want a lot of money, they cannot give it to you because it's not there. This is how they operate guys, and that is why XRP is the solution. This is the solution for everything, right? Now he's saying that Bitcoin gives power back to the people. Yes, it does. It certainly does, because it's just the truth, right? But there is a big but. It cannot handle transaction speed. It cannot handle a lot of volume. And that is the problem with Bitcoin. If it could do that, it would be much more efficient. Ripple executive claims Europe's regulatory framework is leaving America behind, right? Susan Freeman, an international policy counsel at the blockchain firm, claims that the US regulatory landscape is fragmented. Now, this is all by design, guys. This is all by design. You will see very soon that the lawsuit is going to end, right? It is just a delay tactic. That's all this is. The global regulatory landscape for cryptocurrencies is complex and evolving, with some regions working towards comprehensive regulatory frameworks and others still facing a fragmented and uncertain landscape. Garlinghouse recently praised countries such as the UK, Singapore, Japan. Now, it may be true that other countries are moving forward, but you have to understand one thing, right? If all these countries were having this framework, then why is Swift not already using XRP? And why are a lot of corridors and liquidity is still closed? Is because they haven't reached an agreement yet, guys. Okay, it's all down to the lawsuit. And yes, it's just US based, which you would think like, okay, it's US based, it's not that big of a deal. But it is that big of a deal. Why do you think Ripple is not moving out of the US? You really think, guys, that they're going to spend so much money, and 2.5 years almost for just spending in a lawsuit while they could just move away from US? You think it's that? It's not that simple, guys. That is why this lawsuit is something much more than you think. Ripple and XRP on the move again. This time Mexico's central bank official website shows a document mentioning XRPL as a bridge between USD and the Mexican peso. So you can see again, guys, and there is a link here, by the way, which you can download this paper, I guess. X rapid payments are fully settled in 2 minutes or less and can reduce costs by 40 to 70%. Now, you can clearly see, guys, that they are using XRP as an intermediary to exchange Mexican pesos to US dollars or any fiat currency, right? This is just the beginning, and more banks are gonna do this. It's just a matter of time, guys, which is why March is very, very important, right? You can see here departures, departure day 18th of March, very interesting. But I want you to understand, guys, that March is going to be crucial, right? Because everything is gonna go live from March and moving forward. So it is a day that you want to keep your eyes open, guys. Ripple scores new ODL partner as XRP bulls target these levels. Ripple partner Tranglo announced today that it has signed Easy Remit, one of Australia's fastest growing fintech companies, as a new partner. Again, Tranglo is doing so much for XRP. Is this any more clear? He is from Swift and Brett is right next to him. Global regulatory framework for global stablecoins and crypto for a global agreement. Oh yeah, said that would come over a year ago, and now the elites are saying it. Now,
I think we all know the kind of locations that we're talking about. So we need to have a global framework to regulate this. It doesn't make sense to just have national approaches. I think this is truly global, global in nature. And so we have been working concretely, and then I'll stop, on updating our regulations on global stablecoin arrangements and coming forward with a new set of recommendations for what we call unbacked crypto assets or other crypto assets. They are now in the open for consultation. So we are looking forward very much for sort of the response.
It's the first pitch of the panel, people.
Yeah, and then we hope to finalize these two sets of recommendations by the summer. I think
by the summer. Now look how convenient. We also are almost finished with the lawsuit, and then we have this finalizing by the summer. This guy's from Swift. Brett Garlinghouse was also there, right? These things are not coincidence, guys. Does it really take 2.5 years to figure out XRP is a security? Ripple illegally sold the security? Remember, no fraud is involved in this case. Or is this a delay tactic? How come the SEC hasn't gone after any other cryptos, right? Just these are the questions that you have to ask yourself. And there are still people sleeping on this, guys. They really think that this lawsuit is real, that this is really happening. They are just using this as an excuse, which we can obviously see, right? Debit transactions soar in Germany. Now again, we have been talking about this, guys. Here you can see that debit card transactions soar in Germany amid digital wallet growth, right? Now just think about this. Everything is moving digitally. The banks don't have any money. There is no liquidity. What are they going to do? They need a solution, guys. They need a solution. Digital wallet use surges apart from cards. Data from recent payments report shows that a high number of German consumers use digital wallets for payment transactions. According to the report, published in collaboration with Stripe, Germany is the most digital wallet-centric nation among the 11 countries surveyed, with 44% of all domestic online transactions using digital wallets. In fact, 83% of wallet transactions in the country use PayPal. And among the 5 EU countries studied in the report, only Italy comes close to Germany, 42%, in preference for digital wallets, while in France it represents a meager 19% of transactions. Now this is only growing, guys. You have to understand that. In 2-3 years, these numbers will be so different. And why they will be different? Because they are solving the problem. People are still using PayPal. PayPal are basically thieves, guys. They basically steal your money because the fees are insanely high. And once XRP is start being used, the fees are going to be low. So people are going to be using digital wallets more and more. Everything will go up. Thank you very much for watching this video, guys. See you in the next one. Cheers.